Today we shall reflect on the theme, not judging others. In today's world, we see that it is very common in order to put the blame on others. Whenever we are caught up in a tough situation or whenever we are blamed for something, we immediately like to put the blame on somebody else. And if we cannot find somebody else, we always put the blame on the devil. We say that the devil made me do it. But we never like to take responsibility for our own actions. And sometimes we see that when accusations are brought against us, we tend to find various excuses. And the readings of today, in a very special way, ask us one important question. When accusations are brought against us, how do we respond, and to whom do we turn to help? In today's first reading from the book of Daniel, we have the story of Susanna, who was a godly woman who loved God and His word. But then we had these two wicked judges who tried to seduce her, and when they could not get what they wanted, they falsely tried to accuse her. Now, at that time, adultery was a serious offense, and according to the law of Moses, the person had to be stoned. And in that way, it was also said that they required two persons as witness in order to prove the person guilty. And so, when these two people came and falsely accused Susanna, she had no chance. But then we also see that if our conscience is clear, if we know that we have not done any wrong, and if we have placed our faith and trust in the Lord will definitely send one of His angels to protect us. And in this way we see the Lord sent Daniel to Susanna, and an innocent blood was saved. Similarly, in our lives too, sometimes it may happen that if we don't get the way we want it, we tend to take revenge on others. We tend to blackmail others or falsely implicate others. And therefore, today's reading invites us that for everything there is a response. For every act of ours, we have a price to pay. A glance at today's gospel reveals to us the unjust accusations that were brought against Jesus. Now, when we see the scribes and the Pharisees, they always wanted an opportunity in order to test Jesus. They were annoyed that Jesus was being so practical, that Jesus was being so human, and that sometimes He would change the laws here and there. And as a result of this, we see that today, when there was a case that was brought to Him, they brought it with the intention to test Him. Now, in those days, whenever the people faced a certain question or a moral dilemma, they immediately went to the rabbis in order to seek for intervention. And here we see that the woman was brought before Jesus who had committed adultery. Now, this woman who had committed adultery, in a way, had probably lost hope because she knew that she had done something wrong. And over here we see that once again, adultery was a serious crime because it would wreak havoc in the family. And it was one of the three gravest sins at that time. And in a way, probably we can also see that Jesus was faced with a dilemma. If Jesus had to say, "I pardon you, go," then the scribes and the Pharisees would have said, Jesus does not follow the law of Moses. If Jesus had to not pardon the woman, then the followers of Jesus, all those who had seen Jesus being merciful and kind, would have lost hope in Him. So as a result of it, Jesus was also faced with a tricky situation. But what does Jesus do? Jesus asks them to reflect on their lives. In a way, when Jesus says, "Those who have not sinned may throw the first stone," He invites all of them gathered over there to reflect on their lives and to check whether they are guilty or whether they are pure at heart. And we see, in the end, no one dared to throw a stone because each one of them was able to identify that they themselves had not been pure. And similarly, Jesus pardons us, restores our life, and invites us to begin a new life. Jesus always offers us two choices. Either we can go back to our former ways of sin, or we can make a strong decision and change our lives. And this is exactly what happens at the sacrament of reconciliation. When we go for confession, when we come out, we have two choices: to continue on the same old path, or after experiencing the forgiveness of Jesus, to begin a new life. And today, in a special way, let us ask for this grace, that we too may not be judgmental about others, and that just as we have experienced the forgiveness of Jesus, we too may share it with others around us.